Once you know about databases and dashboards, you can start creating systems in Notion. In this video, I'm going to take a practical example and show you how you can create your first habit tracker in Notion. And before we get started, just know that there are dozens of ways to create a habit tracker in Notion. This one is not going to be the most advanced one, but it's the one I recommend because it's the simplest one. So let's get started. Let's go to the sidebar first. Let's create a new page. Turn this page immediately in a database. So empty database. I'm going to rename this database habit tracker. And what we're going to do straight away is also add an icon, for example. So I can, for example, add a checkbox, blue checkbox, for example. And now we want to add properties. So in this version of a habit tracker, each habit will be a property. So let me click on add property. We will choose the checkbox property and rename each checkbox with the habit name. So let's say go to the gym. I'm just going to add 2 or 3 so you understand, and we can play around with the formula as well. So now that we have these 3 properties for our different habits, we can add a new page and see how it shows up. So we can tick these boxes whenever we complete a habit. But what we want to do is have a way to, as it names, so since this is a habit tracker, right? So we need to have a way to know how much we've actually completed during the day. So let me create another property. This time it's going to be a formula property. We can rename consistency. And here what we want to do is get the percent completion percentage, but basically. So the formula that I'm going to use first is based on the function toNumber. So if I click toNumber and select one of my 3 properties here, let's say go to the gym, as you can see, it shows up as a number because it turned the value of the checkbox to a binary number, either 0 or 1, depending on whether it's checked or not. As you can see, if I update this value, the formula is updated as well. So now I just want to add another toNumber function next to it, but this time with my other properties, other habits, like this. And the last one, read 10 book pages. And so that's the first step. Now, every time I take my boxes, the consistency value is updated. But so now it's not really useful. What we want is a percentage. So we need to divide the total amount here by the number of the total number of habits. In this case, I have 3 habits. So what I want to do is add brackets first and divide this number by 3. And this way, whenever I update these checkboxes, the value is updated and I have the decimal value that I want. To make it cleaner, let's click on the formula property here, which is a number type, and edit the format here. Don't select number, select percent. And so here, as you can see, it gives me this time a person, not a simple number, but there's too many decimal numbers. So let's just go back to edit property. This time select decimal places and click 0. This time I just have 33% and it's updated and rounded depending on the value. I can also add, this is more for styling, but I can add a ring, for example, to it. Let's say a blue ring with the number associated to it. So we can see that a third has been completed. And so that's basically it for how it works. But there is one more thing that we need to do, because the habit tracking doesn't only happen once, and we need to keep a tracking of these habits every day. So let me add a last property, which is going to be a date property this time. So the date will be updated depending on the date you're tracking your habits, of course. You can also click edit property and change the format to relative. This way it can be today or tomorrow, and you will see exactly when you had these habits completed and this consistency. So now the database is already functional. We want to take it one step further by adding what's called a page template. So database page template, you can access those by clicking on the small arrow here next to the new button. Click new template. Here you can also rearrange your properties if you like. But what we want to do is rename this title daily habits or daily habit tracking, for example. Every time I create a new page in this database, it will use this title. I can also add an icon, the same as the one in the database. And the date will be today's date. So every time a new page is created, automatically the date will be set to today. So that's already useful. I can just click on new and create a new page, and it will already have title, the icon, and the date property filled in. But what I can do is go here to this little button here and click duplicate every day. Then you can select if you want it to duplicate around midnight or at a specific time. I'm just going to let midnight for now, starting tomorrow, ending, and you can choose your time zone. And once you're done, just click save, exit this page. And now if I go back to my small arrow here, as you can see, I have a new template that has been created. These small double arrows indicate that the template will be created daily. If I set it as default here, so every time I create a new page here, let me click new. As you can see, it uses the template that I've just created. The date is set to today, the title is updated as well, and the icon is set. So that's it for the backend. Basically, we've got our habit properties as checkboxes. We've got a simple consistency formula. We've got a date, and we've got a title for each of our pages. What we want to do now is create another page, for example, that we're going to call habit tracker dashboard. And this is where you can put your different views that you want to have based on the database that you've created. So you can, for example, keep only one or add more layouts. You can also add buttons, add dividers. I created dedicated videos to dashboards if you want to know more about it. Basically, I'm just going to go there, turn the page into full width, and start creating my linked views of the databases that we've just created. So let me select linked view of data source. Can pick habit tracker, new table view by default. But what I want to do is use the um, calendar view, which is the best way to track your habits every day of the week and of the month. So I don't need to show the data source title. I don't need to show the page icon because it's the same in every page. Show calendar by date, show calendar as month. You can also select week if you prefer this layout, but I'm just going to leave month for now. Show the weekends. You can select to not show them if you don't want to track your habits on the weekends, for example. Even though a page will still be created because we selected duplicate daily, if you remember, with our page template. And once that's done, just click done. And let me delete that. So what will happen now is that every new day that passes, a new page will be created in each of those cells, and you'll be able to tick the boxes individually for each page. But to do so, either you open the page and click the, the checkboxes here, or you can simply go back to the settings of the database view and click on property visibility. And here you can either click show all, which will show all your properties, or do it manually. So show the properties, so the habits that you want to display, and also why not the consistency at the bottom. And so let's say we get to tomorrow. it will create a new page like this, and then you just have to click on these boxes to create, or rather to update the consistency. We can also, so let's add a divider here, for example. I can also create another linked view of this data source. I can leave it as a table for now. I will do so because in table views, you have the ability to click on one of the columns, so in this case, consistency, go to calculate, and since this is a number type property, even though this is a formula, the output being a number, you have different options here that you would not have, for example, on a text property. You can add, you can count the values, but you can also calculate the percent. And what we're going to do is click more options here and select average. This way, you have your average consistency over your different days, or rather over your entire period. And you can also, let's say, you have multiple entries at some point, and some will be on previous weeks. So I will just fill in the data randomly. We have all these entries that will be created automatically each day, right? So first, to make the database view cleaner, we want to sort all these entries by date. Okay, so we have the newest one first. We can see that these ones are the ones for tomorrow or today. And now what we want to do next is click group here. This way, I will group it by date as well. So you can either pick relative, which will select automatically how, so Notion will select automatically how to group your pages, will select the most relevant period. But let's say you want to track your habits, or rather your habit consistency on a weekly basis, just select group by week, like this. And now we have the average consistency that is not only calculated once, but for every single group. So for this week, for example, 7 days, or for this week, I'm going to have my average over these 7 entries. So basically, that's the same principle. It's just that this one you can, for example, so you can also, by the way, if you want, it's not supposed to be like this because it's supposed to create one page every day, so you won't have to do this. But if you want to update your the date for these different pages, you can simply drag and drop them inside the different cells of your calendar view. But let's say you have a view that's like this. You can use this view to actually track your habits without having to open the page and track them manually in there. And then you can have a more exhaustive and more complete overview below. In a table view with all your averages, you can see that this week was not great in terms of consistency, and you can improve over time. And now there is one last thing I want to show you, is that if I go back to one of these pages, what if you want to add or remove some of your habits? So let's say I want to duplicate this property to add a new one. Let's say work. So I have a new habit that should show up in my data. What I have to do is also update manually the formula. So I will have to add, for example, one toNumber function here and select my new checkbox property here, my new habit. And also, since now I not only have three, but four habits, I will have to divide the total by 4. Now, as you can see, the calculation still with one more property. And let's say I want to delete it, then it's the opposite. You will have to, so of course the formula will be invalid. So what you do is just remove the part that's invalid and go back to 3, dividing by 3. So that's how you do it. You can create much more advanced habit trackers in Notion. Basically, the main difference will be that instead of having habits as properties. You can create them as pages, which is much more convenient and scalable and flexible if you want to add or remove habits like I just did. You won't have to edit the formula, and you can also keep the progression, keep the page forever in your dashboard. So even if you can, for example, archive a page instead of deleting it and keep the consistency to remember what your consistency was on a specific habit at some point in your life. However, just know that it gets much more complex. So you will need two databases instead of one, one for habits and one for habit tracking. You have the need for automations, automation buttons. So don't worry about it for now. Just stick to this simple version of a habit tracker and start actually using it instead of looking and trying to build, looking for and trying to build the perfect system. And if you want to learn how to create better Notion systems, join my free 5-day Notion Mastery Challenge. The link is in the bio.